Welcome everyone to the final round of the National Under-11 Girls Championship. On the white side, we have Pooja Shree from Tamil Nadu, who's on 8 points, opens the game with 1 e4. Her opponent, Krisha Jain, who's on 9 points out of 10, playing incredible chess, 1 point lead going to the last round, plays the Sicilian. Knight comes out to f3 and pawn to e6 played. These are the most talented young girls of Indian chess, and it's very nice to see them fighting it out on the top board. Pawn to d5 played here, so we might as well get a Sicilian Alpin now with pawn to c3. In fact, this is the same line that even Divya Deshmukh played against the e6 variation. Queen takes on d5, and now you can push the pawn to d4. That's what Pooja Shree does. And let's see what Krisha responds back with. Knight to f6 looks like a normal move. She brings her knight out. These girls are under 11, but look at their rating. 1814 for Krisha, 1851 for Pooja Shree. Now the knight could jump into b5 and create some problems. So a6 was played here. And knight to c4, threatening a fork on b6. So Krisha brings her knight to d7, and she's playing her moves rapidly, which means she's well prepared. So is Pooja Shree. The level of opening prep is great. Pawn to b5 played, pushing the knight away, and the knight can settle now on e3 or on a5. Goes knight to d2. Wow, what a move. If takes, this bishop f3 and you lose material. And she goes queen c6. Maybe not the best move. Rook a7 is perhaps much better, but queen c6, the idea is to meet bishop f3 with knight to d5. Pooja Shree still goes bishop f3, and I like the speed at which she's playing. 128 on the clock. Krisha at 120 brings her knight to d5. And now both knight e3 and knight a5, both are great moves. She goes knight e3. And let's see what black plays now. Knight 7, f6 looks like a good move. She plays it. This is really good quality chess by these two youngsters. And now what is Pooja Shree planning? Aha, knight e4. She attacks the knight on f6, putting pressure on the knight on d5. And taking the knight seems like the right decision. Knight takes e4. Bishop takes on e4. And she plays bishop to b7. Lining up the pieces on this diagonal, and white simply castles here. Well, for black to finish their development is not easy. For example, if you play bishop e7, I can take and jump with knight f5. But she does go bd6, and this is not a good move. A better move was queen d7, and black was doing fine. Now this beautiful move, bishop d5. Pooja Shree actually understands the key moment, and now knight to f5 is a very, very good move. And the point to note is that she goes queen g4, a small mistake. Knight f5 castles, and here there is a beautiful move, bishop f4, because bishop takes f4 met with knight e7 check and game over. So queen g4. Now g6 is a good move, but she castles. Maybe g6 would have been better choice. Mate in 1 threatened, so g6 becomes forced, and Krisha under big pressure, g6 played. Now you can take the bishop, but here this move bishop f4 is beautiful, because if you take the bishop, knight e7 check finds it. Brilliant chess. Attacking the bishop, the only move to stay in the game is bishop c8, counter attacking. Not so easy, but she finds it. Krisha keeps fighting here. And now bishop takes d6. seems like a good idea. She takes it, attacking the rook. The only response is bishop takes f5. She takes it, bishop takes on f5, but now queen to g3 or queen f4, defending the bishop, is the right way to go. She does play queen to g3. And now the problem is f8 is hanging and also c5 is under pressure. So Krisha plays rook e8, and now a very good move is d takes c5. Yes, taking with the pawn. Rightly so. If you would have taken with the bishop, maybe rook e2 and black has good compensation. dc5 means your pawn gets one step closer to queening. Rook jumps to e2. Pooja Shree making sure that her opponent does not get the full point easily. Queen to f3 played. And now can we simply snatch the pawn on b2? I think that's a good idea. Taking on b2. It goes rook a e8. But I guess that would allow pawn to b4 to save the pawn and also to defend here. But rook a d1 played by Pooja Shree, and Krisha can now snatch the pawn on b2. She goes rook e4. Wow. Very interesting chess here. Maybe also some ideas of bishop g4 could be in the air. Pawn to h3, stopping all of this. And now you can get back your pawn. I love the way in which Krisha is fighting, you know, after the kind of early middle game didn't go her way. She's got back her pawn. And now pawn to g4. Wow. Bold, aggressive play by Pooja. Bishop comes back to d7. And now do we go rook f e1? She goes rook to d3. And she's not so sure. She plays it, and can we snatch another pawn? That would mean that black would be one more pawn up now. Wow. Things are shifting here. And now Pooja Shree goes queen f6. I like how the attack is flowing on the dark squares while black is playing on the light squares. Rook a e2 makes sense. She comes back rook e6, which is also fine. Queen d8 check is met with rook e8. So queen to f4. And now black can actually get a lot with rook a4, but rook e8 played. And rook to f3, attacking the f7 pawn. f5 played. Let's see now. Pooja takes the pawn, g takes f5. And bishop takes f5, taking the pawn here. She plays her queen to d4. And it's maybe time to get this rook back into the game. Rook a4 played, an excellent move. Maybe Pooja can get in. Queen f6. Yes, she plays her queen to f6. And now have to be careful. Queen d7 is the only move here, but she goes rook a e4, a blunder. White to play and win. Not an easy move, but if you can spot it, she spots it. What a move by Pooja Shree. Showing great tactical acumen, and you can see Krisha is stunned there. She takes the rook, but what's the plan next? Well, the plan is the beautiful move king h2. That's very nice, threatening rook g1 mate. And if you play rook e1, now you realize that after takes, it's a mate here, which is why you cannot do this. So rook g4 played, trying to block, but now you're simply going to lose your rook and you're going to lose the piece, right? You're a piece down now. F takes g4, taken. And Pooja Shree calmly brings her rook to g1, attacking the pawn on g4. Queen comes to d7. And Pooja gives, I think, a check here, yes. And also, I mean, I'm amazed by the level shown by these two players. Yeah, this is just high-class chess. Queen g7. You can trade the queens. You can pick up the pawn on d5. But queen h5, such a strong move. Trying to win this pawn on g4, also attacking the rook here. She goes rook to e6. And now rook g4. Well, everything's hanging here. She takes on g4. You have to block with the rook. And queen takes on d5. Pooja is just cleaning up the position. If the king goes to h8, there is queen a8 mate. So she goes queen f7. And now you can trade the rooks first, then trade the queens next. Takes. Takes. She takes the queen. King takes. And you would love to maybe queen the pawn, but the king is still in time to stop the pawn from queening. But bishop c7, I love how she's maneuvering the bishop back to this square to stop the queenside pawns. And now bishop a5 played to bring the bishop back here. King d7. King g3. Very solid endgame technique shown here. King to c6. Bishop b4. In order to make any progress, you have to give up the a5, a6 pawn. She plays a5. Bishop takes a5. And now once you take here, the white king goes in and captures the g6 pawn. What a beautiful game played here by Pooja Shree, especially that sacrifice, rook takes f5. Krisha can be proud that she fought really well, and in spite of this loss, went on to become the national champion because she had 1 point lead. But for sure, these two girls will become great players in the years to come, and Indian chess is in great hands thanks to these youngsters.
Please felicitate our next player, Krisha Jain. She won the first prize in girls category, 70,000 rupees, and beautifully designed trophy and the medal. Krisha, come here. Bring along with your parents, please. And request all the kids to join with them and undergo their honor.
So today I am joined with Krisha Jain, who is under-11 national chess champion. Krisha, how are you? How are you feeling after winning the tournament? You won the tournament one round before only, no? With 1 point lead.
I feel really happy. I got really lucky because of the time breaks.
And before going into the tournament only, before going into the last round only, you had a 1 point lead. Were you feeling confident?
I was confident, but I also wanted to win or draw.
But the last round didn't go as planned, but still you managed to win with the better tie breaks.
Yes.
So all over, how was your tournament experience?
My tournament was good. Some games weren't as great, but I think I played well.
Okay. Which was your favorite game out of the all the rounds?
My favorite game was against Aradhya Das. I was playing as black.
So will you take us through that game?
The game started with e4 and I played c5. This is the close Sicilian. I continued with a6.
A6 is not the usual line. Did you prepare this?
Yes.
Okay.
She had another game in this tournament, so I prepared it.
Okay.
Played d4, played c into d4, queen into d4. Now I played knight c6. She has to move the queen and the best square to move the queen is to d2. Next I played e6. She continued with b3. Her idea is to play bishop to b2. I played knight f6, developing my game. She played bishop to b2. Then I played bishop b4 with the idea to take knight into e4. She can't take back with the knight as there's bishop into d2. So she played bishop d3. Now I played d5 with the idea to play d4. She took my pawn and I took back. Now the best move is to play a3 as it moves the bishop and removes the pin.
Are you still in preparation?
Yes.
Okay.
Instead, she played long castles. I was not prepared for this move and it wasn't in my line, so I started thinking what was. Now I played queen a5. My idea is to play d4, but she played queen to e3 check. I didn't want to move my queen, so I put my bishop on e6. It also develops my piece. Now my pieces are coordinated while her pieces are not even developed. Now she played knight to b1. I knew I was winning her. Now her knight is on the first rank on its initial square and it's not.
Yeah. Her both knights are still on the g1 and b1 square. Okay.
Now I played bishop to c5. I wanted to attack the queen and I was also planning bishop into queen into a2 next. I also thought about queen into a2 directly, but I like bishop c5 more. I would also take the tempo. Then she played queen to e1. Now I played knight to b4. My idea is to play knight into a2, which is mate. She played knight c3. She has to protect the a2 pawn. Now I played d4. Attacking the knight and planning to take knight into a2 next.
Slowly and steadily in last 4 moves you maneuvered your pieces in such a way that now it's really cramped position for white.
Yeah, that's what I love the most about this game. My pieces were very coordinated.
Okay.
Now she played knight to a4. I continued with knight into a2 check. She played king b1. Now I played bishop b4 again and attacked the queen. She continued with queen f1. Then I played b5. King into a2 is not possible because of b into a4. And her king is
Very weak.
very weak. She continued with king into a2. I played b into a4. Played bishop to c4. Now I knew I was completely winning her and that there was a mate in few moves. Played b into a3. Now she played king to b1. King a2 check. King c1 and bishop c3
Yeah, it's completely over for white. And what I have observed from your games is that you are very strong positionally and your opening preparation is really well.
Yes, my brother has been helping me with the opening preparation for almost every round.
Your brother is also a chess player, a strong chess player.
And my coach has been motivating me along with my parents and my brother.
Your brother is 2200 rated, right?
Almost 21.
Almost 2100. Very strong player in under 15 category. And your coach is Rakesh Kulkarni sir, IM, right? Okay, thank you so much for joining and best wishes for your upcoming tournaments, and once again congratulations for winning the national championship.
Thank